Greetings, family. This is Sister P from Sistahsvgan coming to you with my very first YouTube video, of course. And from the beginning, I want to say you have to do a couple things for me. Please subscribe to my channel. Then 2, push the notification button. And 3, push the like button so we can get more quality content to you coming from a vegan point of view. Now, I thought I would just take a time to show you who I am and tell you a little bit about me. And I think the best way to learn about me is, these are questions people ask me all along for the last 40 years since I've been a vegan. So I thought I would just pull out a few and then ask myself those questions and give you the answer, okay? Number 1, why did I become a vegan? You know, very basic question. For me, nothing has to die to feed me. That's just my point of view. I feel like, you know, the animals deserve to live. I think that, you know, compassion in cooking is everything has the right to live. Not just me, not just you, but everything that's creeping, everything that's crawling, everything that's flying, everything that's swimming, everything has the right to life. Question number 2 is, what or who started you on your vegan path? Well, I have to say quite honestly, it was my boyfriend. I think I was 17 years old when I started. And he came home one day and he said, you know what, we're going to be vegans. And I was like, you got to be kidding, right? You know Thanksgiving is right around the corner. And he was like, no, we're going to be vegans. And from that day forth, I've been a vegan. And that was 1977 to now. Give thanks, Ramesses, big up, enough respect to this day. Question number 3. How do you raise vegan children? Not an easy task. Not back then. That was a lot easier. But back then, you know, you had to be very creative. You know, everybody thought all we ate was salads and beans and peas and whatever. That we didn't have any good food to eat. But you have to be very creative. You have to be willing to shuck corn. You have to really be willing to pick peas and wash greens and do stuff like Grandma used to do. So it's really more eating in and eating out. And then teaching your children the love of animals and how to eat right. Number 4, if you don't eat meat, then what do you eat? I think that's one of my favorite questions. I mean, there's only so many different kinds of meat on earth, guys. I mean, let's be honest. There's not that many different kinds of meat on earth, or even in one geographical zone. But when you look at vegetables, there are hundreds of vegetables. When you look around the world, there's different vegetables no matter where I go. So it's not that hard. And then there's beans and there's legumes and there's fruits and there's mangoes and there's potatoes. And listen, when you cook a plate of food, the best plate looks better with vegetables. That's what makes the plate look the most divine. So let's be honest, guys. Question number 5. How have you been able to stay vegan so long? I think that's a really good question when I'm asked that, because it hasn't been an easy road. It hasn't been an easy road. You know, because there's so many temptations and people coming at you from so many different ways and even sideways. You know, wondering if, you know, like how you doing it, and you know, you go somewhere and you're like, wow, you know, and people are always wondering, you know, if you're going the right way. So it hasn't been easy, but you know, the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Number 6, on holidays and outings, how do you fare? I mean, you can't eat anything. What do you eat? Well, you know, guys, it's like this. After a while, you learn to bring your own food. And then once you start bringing your own food to your family, they start requesting your food now. And that's how it is with my family. Over the years, I just start bringing my own. Or cook for them and let them see how it is. And then once they see how good it is, they'll start requesting that you bring it. Or that you cook whatever all the time. And that's what it is in my family. So I pretty much, you know, teach each one, teach one. And that's how I feel about that. Number 7. You've been a vegan for a long time when it wasn't trendy. What did you eat before there was such thing as wheat meats and vegan cheese and soy milk and all these good things that they have in the health food store now? And I have to laugh because we had to make all that stuff. It wasn't, you know, it ain't like now where everything is trendy. Everything is there. You got soy milk, man. We had to make soy milk. When we wanted tofu, we had to make tofu. When we wanted wheat gluten, we had to make wheat gluten. When we wanted soy mayonnaise, we had to make soy mayonnaise. When we wanted soy hot dogs, we had to make soy hot dogs. When we wanted veggie burgers, we had to make veggie burgers. You know, so it's a different time that we're living in, but I'm kind of glad for that. Because now, I really know how to cook, and I can go back to the basics. When none of that stuff is around, I can still feed my family delicious and nutritious food. Number 8, what is your health like by not eating meat for over 40 years? Well, my question to that is, my doctor asks me all the time, can I buy your blood pressure? So I have very low blood pressure, which I've had all my life really. And I'm not on any medications. I'm not on any pills. I don't have any ornaments that I have to rub on my body. I can still walk. I'm still mobile. I'm still agile. I'm still happy. And 60 is looking fine on me as far as I'm concerned. And I'm looking forward to the next 60. Number 9. You are a breast cancer survivor. Did eating vegan help you at all with that? And that's another good question I'm asked a lot. And I say absolutely. With all the cruciferous vegetables I ate, meaning like broccoli and looking like cabbage, and looking like cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, all those are full of antioxidants, and they help, get rid of your body from free radicals. So I know that helped, greatly what I ate. I know breast cancer had a terrible fight when it came to all those cruciferous vegetables I ate. And I give thanks to still be here 15 years on the other side of breast cancer. So yes, eating naturally, eating vegan, no meat, no dairy has definitely helped me, even with my struggle of overcoming cancer. Give thanks to ancestors all above. And number 10, people always talk about the carbon footprint. What are your thoughts on the matter? And I have to say, after being vegan for so long, it's like it's more of my life with vegan than not vegan. I guess 17 years eating meat, 43 years, almost 44, not eating meat. I know my carbon footprint is very little. I know, vegans have the lowest amount of carbon footprints. And I even read with a study from Oxford University that by being a vegan, I reduce my carbon footprint by 75%. So I guess over 40 years, that's a lot. And then I pass that on to my children, that's even more. So we have what we like to say, generational checks on our carbon footprints. We love the atmosphere, we love creation. And we want it to be here for our children and our children's children. Veganism is best. Everything has the right to live. Nothing has to die to feed you. Remember, food is your medicine and medicine is your food. One love, family. And look forward in the future to the food videos I'm coming with. They'll be coming out shortly. This is just an introduction to showing you who I am and how I became a vegan. I'm coming to you live and direct soon with some of the recipes I learned over the last 40 years of being a vegan. Make sure that you do me 3 favors as I asked you in the beginning. Subscribe to my channel, push the notification button, and give me a thumbs up or a like so that we can come to you with more of this, nutritious and delicious content. One love, family, and eat well and be well.